Welcome back to Dominions. We're going to be continuing on the game that we have been playing. There was it should be a DasTactic game. I should just mention that in the description if you're watching this on Twitch. There we go. Just so that people know that they can have characters named after them. Now, I think that there were some people that would actually. I might just pop this out as well, just the reward queue, just so I can manage that aspect as well. We'll just pop that off to the side, so that when I see them come up, I can tick them off. Because there was some. I know somebody wanted one of them, but in the end, I couldn't honour it because we didn't get to actually bring them in. But this episode we will. Let's sort of just go through each of these and talk about what's actually happened. So, Gerocles, the Lord of Eloquence, has what? Has claimed the throne of the Second Age. This is actually, we're in a very, very tight situation at the moment. So we've claimed the throne of the Second Age, which is actually right next to Ermor, which is one of the other factions. We'll talk about the factions a little bit when we get into it. If you, I think the last episode really did cover the differences between us and Ermor in terms of us both being undead factions, but with Ermor being extreme death and us being extreme growth, which is the opposite end of the growth death continuum. So we're sort of on. They're changing everything into wastelands. We're trying to change everything into forests, but we're still both undead in our approach. So anyway, that's sort of that's where things actually are, and that's sort of like a major difference between the two factions, and we have to push back against their dominion, which is the name of the game. The dominion is I guess the belief, like and the control that that a group has in a particular region just based on belief. Even though some of the regions have got 0 people in them now because of Ermor. Anyway, Carpathus, the Panic Apostate, has searched lists for magic sites, but none were found. Lists is where the throne is that we're sort of trying to defend now, actually. So we'll just see how we go. We'll have a look at this in some detail. One of Sev's crippled units died on the march to Scraw Point. We do actually have another force that's moving out and around, trying to surround Ermor. So this is sort of like in a different location. A battle in Monthaboa, and then there was a second battle. So the first battle in Monthaboa, Monoboa back in through there. If I just go and actually look at the stats and through this other side, we did lose some mannequins. This was actually owned by heavy infantries and light infantries. So there was an attack that went into that one, and then there was another battle that came out with Ermor attacking us, which I might just have a quick look at the battle. I can't even remember it. Oh, this is down in here. They do take this, I think. And so this is actually our choke point leading up into Ermor. And so they're rushing forward. Sorry, I'll just go and press... Just do slow-mo, which is F. Sorry, not F. It's X is extreme slow-mo. I can't remember the... If you ever need to know what the keyboard shortcuts are, just use the question mark. So it's slow-mo is Z. Okay, so I'll just go to Z. That'll just go into slow motion through there. You have to use the arrow keys to move around. And we don't have a monstrously large force there at all. In fact, you can see there that we're actually running away. So we don't have much there to defend ourselves. So I'm not sure how that actually sort of worked. We took it, but I can't think of what actually happened there. That's not. Yeah, I'm not even sure like where our main commanders and things actually are with that one. I can't recall what actually happened there. So anyway, we did have one attack, and then we've had a second one come in where Ermor does actually get to take the particular faction. I'll just put the grid down. I'll also put the colours down underneath the actual forces, just so you can see who's on what side. So we still actually have some forces in this particular one. We want to go into number 2 at least, just to see who's doing what in terms of the battle log. And I do like to have the number of the rounds showing, which is in his next round, so we can sort of zip past it. Show grid, show the round. There it is there. So R just shows the combat round that you're actually in at that stage. All right, so that's fine. We'll just quit out of that one. So, oh, that's a different place. I was thinking, hang on, what's going on here? Because that would have actually been a largish battle from our perspective. I was thinking that's actually not where I'm thinking it is. So we actually do have a force in here that which has got Sev in through this other side. That's filler, that's a black dryad. Back in through here we have Sev. The prophet is sort of operating from a different location. So we've got like a group of units, some with the Minotaurs, which can be blessed, and then they'll actually sort of then take on the various units that are down this way. Anyway, that should all be okay. Battle in lists, this is actually where they attacked us again. This is actually fairly important. So this is the previous turn that we're now looking at. So they ended up coming in with a massive force of undead coming back in the other side against our force here, where we do actually have like a... we've got a lot of things. I might just pause this, just press the space bar and just have a quick look and see. So Carpathus is the... if we have a look at the various units that are actually here, these are the leaders. By the way, if you've never seen Dominions, you're probably looking at it thinking, God, the graphics look like absolute crap. Yes, they are. But the difference is that it's relatively easy to build units and armies in terms of actually the making of the game. So there are literally thousands and thousands of units, unit types, because of the approach. I think there's now 3 different sprites that have to be made. There's one where they stand, there's a standing sprite, an action sprite, and then I think there's now a death sprite as well, I think, for most of these. So it's not as if there's a lot of animation that has to go on, which does allow then, of course, things to happen. But this is all of my, essentially all my leadership is in here, and so all the warriors that we have are fighting back up this other side. So if we have a look at the personal bark skin back in through this other side, this is what they're casting. Personal bark skin back through there. Blessings are being cast. So if we have a look at Chirocles is actually our pretender god. This is actually who we're playing as. And so they've got 52 hit points. I might just quickly go through these as well and just sort of talk a little bit about it. Now, the maximum hit points we can actually have is 130, but we've got a Dominion penalty because we're actually in Ermor's Dominion at this stage. And so the Dominion penalty there is negative 78, which is like a hell of a lot. That's a hell of a lot of hit points to have as a negative. And so we only have 52 hit points currently. Now, our leader comes back stronger and stronger every time he's killed. I think up to 3 or 4 times, 3, 4 or 5 times. I can't remember exactly which. In fact, we'll be able to see that here. This is Power of Death 3. So if I have a look at this one through here, this unit gets more powerful. +2 strength, attack, defense, and CS. I always forget what that is. +1 morale, I think, for each time it has been killed. CS, I forget what that is. Anyway, it's getting +2 to all of these different stats. I'll have to have a look. Oh, it's combat speed. There we go. Thanks, Dr. Quacksalver. Yeah, skeleton on skeleton violence, pretty much. Pretty much. So for each time it's killed, the value of its ability is the maximum number of deaths that will result in even higher power. So essentially we can be killed 3 times. We've already been killed once in the game, and so we've come back once. And so this is where our strength has gone up a little bit. So we actually have the basic strength is 28 usually. Growth power, because growth in this particular location is actually death. Like there's actually there'll be a death 3, which gives us -3 growth power. Dominion penalty there of -6 as well, and the power of death is where we've died once. So we get the +2 to there. Current strength 21. So if we were fighting inside our own Dominion, we'd be much, much, much more powerful than what we currently are. So we have to try to get their Dominion up in this particular location. Anyway, he's got fairly powerful nature spells and magic, and also some death mage spells. Now, I haven't really coded him to do much other than to fight, so he'll go off and fight fairly soon. He's very, very strong. Sleep vines won't affect the undead, doesn't affect inanimate beings, essentially like the undead, and so essentially the sleep vines won't do anything. It's just going to be the carrion vines, which is magic damage. So the carrion vine is actually this also doesn't affect inanimate beings, so he doesn't get to really. That's not going to really be helpful. And then he does have these massive fists which do blunt damage. So he's not going to be really all that good against like he's inanimate himself. He's undead. This is a Titan Mandragora is our pretender god. So this fight is where Urmor is going to keep on throwing its legions of undead hordes at us, and we do need to rip these apart. In here as well, we have a fair few other different characters. Like in this particular location, we've got Supreme Plague, the Carrion Centaur, who is a level 1 priest. Although I think the priest level that he is a bit different. He is blessed already, so he does have regeneration. Our guy doesn't have regeneration because we're not inside. Well, he's actually undead, so the regeneration doesn't work for him. So I sort of made a bit of a mistake with that, to be honest. If I'm being brutally honest. So we've got the. So he's actually already blessed, which means that the 24 hit points, he's going to get basically 2.5 hit points back every turn. Just like, you know, if he does take damage. So he will come back. He is, even though he is he's also inanimate. He shouldn't be doing that. He's undead. How did he get the blessed with? Oh no, incarnate. Yeah. So no, this is regeneration. He doesn't get that. He doesn't get that because he's also inanimate. So the regeneration doesn't show up in there, but he is blessed. Not that that's going to really make that much difference. But he is also like an attacker with what he does actually have. So yeah, so he's going to be. Yeah, what's he going to do? I forget what he's coded to actually then go off and do. Of course, if anyone dies in this particular fight, I won't be banning anyone. This one here, this is another priest level 1 who is blessed as well, and this one is living, so this one will get the regeneration. You can see it there, regeneration 10%. And so this centaur with the longbow will actually get some things. Now the longbow does piercing damage, so they've got piercing damage in through there. Piercing damage is not that great against skeletons, so there is actually like the skeletons have similar to what we've got here. Like if you have a look at, you'll see that it's pierce resistant. So this unit is difficult to damage with piercing weapons and will only take half the normal damage from these attacks. So it means that when we've got archers and things like that, they're going to be ineffective against Urmor, and similarly against us as well. Like it's not really the ideal thing for us there. So we've got another Centaur Hierophant back in through that side. We've got Began, the Carrion Centaur, back this way as well. And so these guys aren't magical, but they are leaders of the group. I think I may have them set to stay behind the others. We've also got this is a Carrion Fury, which is not a leader. So this one is just basically sort of on the map at this stage. This one as well is undead, and it is blessed, but it doesn't have the regeneration. Some of them, if we do actually have, I think we've got like a stack of very, very powerful, oops, keep on doing that, WASD keys will sort of have things sort of throw off. Carpathus, the Panic Apostate, this is probably our most powerful mundane leader, like in the battle at this stage. This one's not blessable, so this one doesn't get the benefit of being blessed. And so it doesn't sort of work with this one through here. This is a Pan who has forsaken the old ways. And so with death and nature magic there again as well. So he'll be sort of casting lots and lots of different magic, maybe sort of raising skeletons, doing that sort of stuff. And who else do we have in through here? This is just a Carrion Fury as well. So these are sort of spawned in at different times. So that's our leadership. We do actually have a group of centaurs in through here, black centaurs, and these have all just been blessed as well. So they end up with extra morale. They do actually, the regeneration works with these guys, and the strength goes up as well. So they're going to have, they've got 23 hit points, and so they do regenerate 10% per turn. We've just got to hope that they hold on. They're the most important units that we have, other than the leadership. And then we have a whole lot of different carrion in through here. Like this is a big carrion bear, which is massively large. And so we've sort of been building these these mannequins essentially out of vines, and these are all undead as well. So we've sort of got these sorts of units which are moving forward. There's a even the arrow's got vines on it. This is a Sagittarian carcass which does shoot a carrion bow back in through there, which is normally magic, but it's not going to. I don't think it's going to work. What is the damage? Maybe it will actually. It looks like it will actually do damage to the skeletons. And so the skeletons are coming through here. Now they've got like a whole lot of these Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre of Ermor. These are fairly powerful. These are blessable, but they're sacred. They haven't been blessed though. They've only got 6 hit points, and then the mount itself has got 11 hit points back in through there. Again, blessable. So these are undead. They're inanimate. And these are also mindless. So basically they're just here at the beck and call of their leader, who is that one there, I think. Undead leadership of 150. And so this is a Bane. Banes are very, very powerful. They're inspirational. They end up with extra morale. Not that it matters much for the undead. The undead aren't really affected by morale. This one's also undead as well, but not inanimate. So this one is actually sort of like a it's got like different abilities. Looks like there may be somebody else down here. These are just soulless. They're just these have got like a lot of hit points, but not much damage. They just use their fists when they come back through. But there's a fair force there. And actually, who have we got over here? This is a Katau, the Shambler Chief, is in here as well, who is just essentially like an amphibian, fighter, essentially, or even a leader. Yeah, no, this is a leader. This is just a mundane leader, but there's no other amphibians in the actual fight. So he's come in. I'm guessing that these guys will then just sort of rip past and take this particular location. So anyway, let's just go and unpause the game. And I will just press the Z key and just slow it down a little bit so we can sort of see the stuff that actually happens. So they cast their own regeneration. So Carpathus and Chirocles are casting regeneration on themselves. There we go. So we now actually have the regeneration. If we now look at Chirocles, Chirocles will now have, there should be, actually regeneration's even just normal regeneration is useless to us. No, so that's not working either. But it should work for Carpathus. Yeah, Carpathus has now got the 10%. But Chirocles, I'm going to have to change what Chirocles does because he doesn't get the benefit of that at all. It's more this sort of stuff here where we use the power of sort of like Final Rest. So Supreme Plague is casting Final Rest. So Supreme Plague is at the back through here. So we've got these. It's Began actually. Where is he? There's a few of them casting Final Rest here. Began just cast Final Rest at the back there as well. And so what this one does is it sort of the Final Rest actually is a spell that they've been coded to cast to try to destroy the undead. And so we've got to be careful it doesn't hit us, of course, but that's sort of what's happening in through there. Well, let's keep on seeing what happens in through here. So these guys are now hitting our main units, and they're sort of smashing their way through. These are very, very powerful. And then we've got like other groups that are now going to swarm in on top of them. We also have things, for example, like this Carrion Ogre. We have individual, and these carry on. These aren't just randomly brought in, but we do actually have units that end up coming through that go from battle to battle. So in this case, we've got this very, very powerful Carrion Ogre, and we have this bear as well. This mannequin bear is already a bit damaged, never healing wound, but it's got incredible hit points. But this one's going to be out on its own and is going to be killed off. Yeah, looks like there's other priests or something at the back through here. Swamp. Oh, this is just a swamp flower. No, there's nothing. Here they come. So we're taking damage, which isn't good. I really need these to stay alive. There we go. The regeneration's starting to kick in a little bit, but we're down to 18 hit points here, for example. This one here's still got 20 hit points, but they have taken damage. So if you have a look at their hit points, the maximum is 23. So if they can just stay in the fight for a couple of turns, they should do okay. Now they're taking a lot of damage here now. Yep, there we go. More regeneration. The regeneration is, here we go with the others coming back through. They've killed off that big... Oh, no, there's another one there. This is Chirocles is now coming back in. Chirocles is down to 34. And it looks like we've killed off most of the... These will be the knights that have fallen off their mounts. And so Chirocles will then just come in and start to kill them off. These guys are still doing okay with what they've done. So the game is, this is an auto battler. Now there's the Bane. If we can kill the Bane off, he's down to 19 hit points. That should kill off the whole group. So if we can just get and kill him off, it's going to be hard. Now how are we going here? He's down to 24. These guys are still doing okay. You can see there, when you've got blessable units, and these are sacred units, you know, it certainly makes a difference if you sort of got the right blesses. Chirocles is still doing okay. Chirocles is down to, that's a Harpy Mannequin, that's not Chirocles. Where is he? Getting the wrong one. 52. Actually, he's getting, he's regenerating. How did we get that? True regeneration. I forget how we got this one. This is actually something, I think we may have cast that. I'll have to have a look and see, because it looks like he didn't cast that one. If we wanted to see what that one was, I can go back and forwards through here to see what actually happened with anything in the battle. Like every single attack is really, really detailed. So I'm just going to go and have a quick look at the at what it's telling us. So if I go and the scroll the battle log is the plus and minus keys. So if I go and just press minus, I can then sort of go back up and just see what was cast. And I'm looking for, there's all these different quick routes and stuff where they were sort of doing it. But I'm not seeing the actual, the true, where's the true regeneration? It goes back a long way. Okay, that's the start of it. So, this is all the different attacks. So we're looking at, I think it would be Chirocles that will actually cast it. Personal Bark Skin back in through there. Personal Bark Skin, I don't know why it would cast it twice. Cast Regeneration, that's not the one. Yeah, I'm not seeing it there. Then it's, yeah, I can't actually see it. I'm sort of looking for his name. Maybe somebody else cast it on him. That may be what it is. Maybe it may even be Regrowth that actually does it. I'll have to have a look and see. Yeah, Pythium prepares to cast Regrowth. This is actually one way that we can then fix things up. So if we have... we do actually have a few different units that are here to support, and this one here is one of them. And so this is the Iphania, the Black Dryad, has got like her magic abilities. She's a level 2 priest, so priest level 2. She's also blessed and sacred, but she can cast spells that will keep Chirocles alive. And so we've sort of got her in to do it, and she's casting Regrowth. She's cast it on various other units, but Chirocles is the main one that we want her to cast it on, just so that he can keep on getting back his hit points, which we've sort of now gotten back again with that true regeneration. So I don't know where that one came in. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, okay, so funny, I did cast Regrowth. There we go. Thanks, Resmelin. Thanks for that one. Resmelin has redeemed a custom reward. Are re-entries allowed? Absolutely, re-entries are allowed. So, yeah, well, yeah, definitely. These are unfortunately being whittled away. We have killed off the Bane, and there they go. With the Bane gone, all of the undead are now whittling away, and so their morale is now completely gone. And so they essentially will just dissolve away now because their Bane is gone. We killed the Bane down this way. There are, even these, their morale is gone. These will start just fade away. And we'll sort of see them sort of dissolve. So that's it. That's the end of the battle. So if they had have had more leadership, all of these would stay in the fight, but they didn't. These should also dissolve away as well. We did lose a fair few of our centaurs, which is not good. These are our most powerful units. Alright, I'll just go back up to normal speed again. And then we'll just quit out because that's pretty much the end of it. So that was the battle in Liss, back and through here where Ermor attacks us. And if we have a look at the what actually happened there. So they attack. We killed off 152 of their units. Now, they can make them very, very easily, so that doesn't really matter that much. But we did kill off the Bane. It was then the Shambler Chief. It was the Bane that was keeping all the undead alive. For us, we did lose a heap of mannequins. Only 3 of the Black Centaurs. So we're down to 9 of them now. But you can see there the amount of damage that they caused, 54 of them. He did an amazing job. The big Titan Mandragora only killed 3, as an example. So but at least it's all alive. So anyway, that's sort of what's happened there. So we did defend against that one. We did lose a fair portion of our forces though, like over a third, which is a problem. So we'll just exit that one. So then there was an unexpected event that occurred in Liss. So meddling with dark arts, your necromancer has attracted unwanted attention. Spirits from the nether realm now haunt the land in search for the mage. They attack indiscriminately. So there's now an assassination attempt on Chirocles. I don't think any assassin's going to be able to kill him. So let's have a look and see what happens with that. So there's now a special battle in Liss. So this is actually... I'm not sure how or why this happens. I don't know if we've now got there's like a curse that you end up on different units, and there'll be sort of like different assassination attempts in different ways. And so this is one of those. This is like a special attack. Let's view this battle as well, and we'll just go through. So this is special monsters. Let's just go and pause this for a second. And so this one here. We've got, so as we go through, this is a one-on-one battle. Sometimes they take place inside, inside locations. Now, Chirocles has got a group of mannequins around him, and so he comes in with these anyway. So he's got those. If we have a look at Chirocles, there'll be all sorts of different stuff in through here. We do actually have now a limp. He's got a good experience, growth power, Spirit Sight, so he can actually, Spirit Sight makes it possible for him to see in the spirit realm and see the true essence of beings. Units with Spirit Sight get no penalties from darkness and can see invisible units, so nothing's going to be able to sneak up on him. Supply bonus there for the armies that he's with. Recuperation, the unit heals its afflictions over time. Okay, so just slowly, that limp will then slowly go. The Forest Survival is fine. Pretend to God, it just, basically just telling us that he is our main character. Need not eat, so he's undead essentially. So he's inanimate. He's also a magical being. That's he's been put together by bones and roots and stuff. Undead can be banished by priests. So he can take damage from priest level sort of spells. Poison resistant, very very high poison resistant. Cold resistant, pierce resistant. He does have fear for anything that is living that comes up against him. He does have a bit of fear, and then he's also a poor amphibian, which means he can walk through. He can cross rivers and go into the sea and stuff like this. But he's somehow attracted now the attention of either the game or one of the players to try to assassinate him. And so if I have a look at the actual assassination, I should just pause it again. And have a quick look and see who he's up against. So he's come in as a ghost that is, so there's a grave call of the ghost with 20 hit points, has come back in. This one here is an amphibian unit. It has fear, cold resistant, again, very similar to what we've got. This one sends out a chill around it, so it tries to freeze things in proximity. It's ethereal, which makes it very, very hard to hit. So ethereal units are very hard to hit with non-magical weapons. Attacks from non-magical weapons have a 75% chance of being ineffective. So etherealness is really, really powerful. This one's also a floating unit, so nothing on the ground is going to affect it. It's highly stealthy. It's vulnerable to salt, so it can be attacked with salt, not that we have any. And it's in spirit form, so beings with spirit form cannot be affected by transformation type spells like iron, skin, skeletal body, and polymorph. They are immune to petrification diseases, and so it is just a ghost, and also has spirit sight. So it does have life drain, which is essentially a magical attack. So life drain, all damage from this attack will yield a life drain benefit to the attacker. The life drain will yield a half hit point and half fate. No, it's not fate points. Forget what the FP is per hit point drained. So it's going to be trying to drain the life points out of different things. That's its actual what it does do. But it's not really going to be able to fight our forces here. So I'll just unpause. You may not even get past these. There we go. Big hits from just the mannequins. Here we go. So it's very ineffective against Chirocles. So if Chirocles is something that does get smashed, it's not going to really matter that much. Unexpected event occurred in Omea. We got some glamour gems, 6 of those. Under siege in Montfi, and our walls are damaged. So Montfi was where the attack went in, and Montfi we now have to go and sort of help out with. So Montfi is actually, I'll show you when we get to the map as to why that's important. And patrolling troops in Liss have killed 6 filthy brigands and troublemakers. Liss is again the location that we are. But we did actually, Chirocles did actually claim the throne at that location. Okay, so let's now go and exit and talk about what we can then sort of go and see everywhere. I'll read the comments before I do that. Sorry, guys. Hi, Hans over there on YouTube, and where did we get up to in my chat on Twitch? Hi, Von Schweinhund, how are you going? So Von Schweinhund is saying, piercing damage is not very effective against skeletons. When I think of it, it seems reasonable. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is. So piercing damage, if we have units with piercing damage, they're not going to do much against the undead. So Dr. Quacksalver is then saying, the skeletons can be shot, but they can't be reanimated into mannequins. And skeletons are especially difficult to hit with arrows, methinks, is one shot on it. They take half damage here, so we did show that in the game. But you'd prefer a slinger. There we go. And what did I get up to? Sorry, the chat is running away. Resmelin has made a claim, so we'll find somebody good. There will be good units coming in fairly soon, because we're now sort of in a big... do you have a national priest spell? Not sure, actually. Called you have, the national priest spell called Regrowth. So we've got the... We've got that priest level that comes in that casts that for Chirocles. This game would be better if they added 3D units. It would be, but then it wouldn't be anywhere near as broad. And one of the big things about the game is just how broad and wide the actual game can be with the different units that do come in. So I actually don't mind the sprites because of what it does for the gameplay. If it was 3D, it would just really... It would be a small game, and I think the thing about the scope of the game is actually what makes this just so damn interesting. I mean, there's so many different factions. There's well over 100 different factions, I think, now, with all different unique units and things. So it's fairly cool there. So anyway, we talked about the regrowth spells. Again, talking about how hard it would be to do 3D. I'll just quickly skim past most of this. If money was you'd have been sort of made a fine spectacle. Yeah, no, that's okay. Keep on skipping through. Thanks for the subscription there, Began. Very, very much appreciated. And Sev is saying hi as well. So, new start? No, still the same game. So, Ishibashi is in saying Dynasty Empire's updated, and I took a look. Fun national spells for everyone. Dynasty Empires. Not sure about the turbo buff gods and sacreds though. When was that updated? So occasionally go and have a look. Hang on, we have to have a look at this. Sorry guys, this is a the Tiny Empires has been updated. That is pretty amazing. Let's just go to Steam. I just want to see, because that there's been nothing at all for years with Tiny Empires. Oh, hang on. Tiny Empires, there it is. I've always thought this would come back because it was such a passion project by the devs. Like, it was something that they built for themselves to play, and and then it sort of went away. So, is there any news? No, that's the last one. Wrong game. Okay, jeez. Dominion's enhanced. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm with you. Sorry, I'm thinking, oh, wow, Dynasty Empires. Yeah, because it's been 5 years. Yeah, okay. No, that's all right. Yeah, so I missed the second message. I did there, indeed. Is there a Lord of the Rings mod? There's an incredible Warhammer mod. That's incredible. I might even show that a little bit actually with the game. I often play with the Warhammer mod on, but I have got it turned off at the moment. I'm just playing vanilla to a degree. I've got a couple of mods running. One that just gives me more information about the nations, and another one that I think another one that just enhances some of the graphics. Like, there's a few old graphics which have been sort of that the community's updated, so it's pretty much vanilla that we're playing. But if you have a look, I don't know if there's strictly speaking, a Lord of the Rings mod, not to the same degree as the Warhammer mod. The Warhammer Fantasy mod is incredible. Like, it actually puts in 30 factions of Warhammer factions that sort of replaces the game. Incredible mod. So the Warhammer mod is really the one to play if you're looking to play something away from the base game. I think that for me would be the best one, but I haven't really had a good look. Anyway, let's keep on going through. So this is Asphodel. This is our capital. We're sort of building mannequins and things back in through here. If I go and press the T key, we can sort of see we've got a heap of these are all blessed units that can be brought out into the fights. So, which we do want to be doing, and we actually have like a whole lot of units that are sort of ready to march off into combat. So this is something that we do need to start to connect these back up to where the actual attack is. Let's maybe talk about the broader scope first. So I've already planned out my next turn where things are actually going in. This is Ermor in here. Ermor consists now of these three areas. So if I go to Mumphy, it is connected through that river crossing back up into Norfangs. Norfangs doesn't really have a lot of characters in it. But Mumphy is where there was the attack that went in. Mumphy is a place that we actually do have a castle, and the castle itself is, the fortification is taking damage. And so the wall integrity is now down from the total of 200 down to 110 because of the siege. Fort is under siege. So we need to relieve that siege. This is an important location because this is sort of like a bit of a choke point. From here, like if Ermor comes back and sort of claims Norfangs, they have to go back through Mumphy to be able to come back down into actually Asphodel itself. So that's an incredibly important choke point, as is the Stonegrave Mountains, because it also, all the roads really lead to get back into Asphodel have to come through these two choke points. So I've got some fortifications that I've built at these. Now, my fortifications are really, really crappy. And so I have terrible fortifications. I have better fortifications inside forests, so I can build them better in there. But these are the important strategic locations for us at this point in time. Back in through here, we have been able to take the locations in around where they actually are. And I've got priests preaching to try to remove the death dominion. So I'm sort of I'm making priests every turn. And so you can see them; they're everywhere, just trying to push back the enemy dominion back into this other side. There's still a location there where there's some independence. This will be getting killed off. You see the dominion there; it's not actually showing any death. When we look at this one here, we're seeing very, very high death. Population of only like 120 people that are left in this particular province. This one as well, very, very high death. 30 population, so 30 people are living in that one just because of the death population. We have to go the opposite way. We need to go from death to growth. Like if you have a look at this one here, which we have control over, so the Stonegrave Mountains, you'll sort of see there that we've actually got like one candle there. And so we've got 3 growth in there, which will then, in the population here is 12,000. Now, it doesn't magically mean that the population will come back. They will slowly if we do get growth. In this case, population of only 90, but we do actually we have been able to push back a little bit, and we have slight growth in here. So even though they've got 5 dominion, like Ermor has got 5 dominion. You can see there it says the province is under the influence of Berenique's dominion strength of 5. Now Berenique is the leader of Ermor, I think. If we have a quick look at the pretenders, yeah, Berenique is the leader there of that location. Now, we did also send out the turn before an overture to friendship to this group over through here, which is Pythium, which is similar. It's an interesting little like there's a big army up through here. And I'm just hoping that they end up fighting Ermor and not me. If they come down into where we are, we're screwed. So anyway, that's sort of where we are. We do actually have this location with a few different units. So we're bringing up all of the army from here into this location. They're all just moving straight up into Liss. Ruinia is probably, if we have a look at the, if I press D, the province defence, I've only got 6 there. I don't have a real lot. Back in here, I do actually have a little bit in my treasury. If I just go back into the province defence into here, I need to get, I can't do it. The reason I actually can't add in province defence here, because there's no one living here anymore. Like if I go into this location, this has got high death, and so there's only 10 population, so I actually can't pull together a province defence. And this is one of the things that Ermor does. It kills off the land with its own dominion. Now we actually, it's only 4 dominion here, ultimately. And if we have a look at the actual characters, there's most of them are waiting. Began's trying to build palisades in through here so we can protect this location, hopefully. Everyone else is waiting. The priests, I'm thinking what I might do here is actually, if I go to Supreme Plague, I might just get them to, actually they can't preach, that's right, only this one can. Preach the teachings. So nobody else can actually preach, but having the Chirocles at this location is going to push the push back a little bit against what they've got. And we do actually have all of these guys. If I just press T in through here, all of these mannequins are coming in, and so they're all going to be coming into this next location. Let's have a quick look and see what we've then got. If we go in with the into this location, so I've still got the same leadership that was there before. Ermor, as you can sort of see through here, has got heaps and heaps. 360 different enemy units, consisting mainly of long-dead velites, long-dead legionaries, principes, long-dead triaris and ghouls. Huge titan of war and wisdom is seen towering over the army. That will be their god. The army is commanded by Berenique, the titan of war and wisdom, who radiates power. And so that's actually, that's the one that we would then have to go and kill. There is a fortified city located here. The fortified city must be besieged. Now, the fortification here is very high administration bonus. Their wall integrity is 600. My locations are very much different. Only administration of 15 with a wall integrity of 200. So really not that great. All right, so, and we are moving off. If we have a bit of a look, we've got, Chthonius is now moving off into that location. I don't know if am I recruiting? I'm not even recruiting this turn. I just don't have money. I might just get more of the black centaurs and get 2 of them just to go back through my treasury. So we don't have anyone that can really come and take what we've got through there, but we do actually have different units now moving down into this particular province. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're moving a lot of the priests because I want the priests up in here ultimately. So these harpies, not harpies, these dryads are moving across into this location. If we go back into the Stonegrave Mountains and just have a look and see if we're recruiting anything there. No, we're not at this stage. Now back in through here, Province Defence. You've already got 6 there. That's okay. And so back over here, this is our main army, which is like the main secondary army. Now it's not a massive army in terms of what we've got. We do actually have the so Sev is sort of like a major. This is our prophet who can really sort of do a lot of like really push back the enemy dominion, and so we want to put Sev in a location where he can just push back the actual dominion itself, and so we'll keep him sort of coming back through. He's got the champion's helmet. He actually won the championship of the world at one point, and so he's sort of got like special abilities. Very, very experienced, so and extremely strong. So he automatically gets the regeneration, and he's coming in with a whole lot of blessable black minotaurs. But it's not a massive force that he actually does have. We've got a few other forces in there with him. So if I just go and grab those 3 and then move them off, I'm going to move them into here, and we'll start to just push back. I could move them all to there. But if I start here at least, if we move there, yeah, these are all independents back up this other side. I don't really want to be pushing too far away from where we are, but I do need to push this dominion back. I think I'll start there, push this one back. I mean, there's only 120 population here, so there's not really a lot to save. But if we can get the growth back in, the population will start to come back in a little bit. Anyway, the whole dominion thing is actually with that growth and death is quite interesting with what's going on through there. I think that's about it. If we just go next, I've got another one back down this way. That one I thought was searching here. I might just do a site search while I'm here. And we've just got a couple of other units there just patrolling. This is a group of, who's that one from? This one is controlled by, I'll just get my sound up. Who is that? Oh, Marignon. So Marignon is coming back this way as well. And I don't really want to, like they're in here somewhere. I don't need to be fighting them. I would like to get this location at some point. So so that would be something I would like to try to go and grab, just because, again, it's getting close to my territory. So I'm just going to keep that one where that is. I've got different patrolling units back in through this other side as well. I'll keep that where that is. I mean, this is, Marignon is right here. We could send them a message as well if we wanted to. Thank you there for the gifted sub there, Began. Very, very much appreciated. Yeah, we'll just keep on going. So Cecil saying hi as well. Wormwood Dominion's mod is, yeah, it is an amazing mod. Paul is sort of saying if you build a fort, then that will allow them to make a province defence on 0 population land. Oh, okay. All right, well, that's... okay, so we're building the fort anyway, so that hopefully will then sort of work. So we'll see how we go. But by having our god there, we're going to ultimately be able to push back the Dominion anyway. So we'll be fighting Dominion with the 2 different gods. Let's just press next again. So we actually have these sorts of guys. I'll just go and patrol the province. That'll do us. So everyone has now moved. There's no one really in terms of our leaders that is worth taking just yet. Oh, here we go. So, sorry, Hanbo is saying, hey, Daz, first chance I get to see you live. I live in Brisbane, but being on holidays in Europe gives me the first time we were both awake. There we go. Yeah, I'm an hour north of Brisbane, where I live. Welcome. So anyway, we'll continue on with this one. So this is the interesting thing here is what's Ermor going to do? What's Pythium going to do? Now we've already sent off a message to Pythium to try to get them to be friendly, and I would like to do the same with Marignon. I think what I might do is send that off. So if we go in and have a look at the this is read messages. Actually, that's the messages we saw there before. Send messages. So I've got messages to be dispatched. So there's a non-aggression pact proposal with Pythium at this stage, and so I want to send a diplomatic missive to Marignon as well. So I'm just going to propose a non-aggression pact. So I'm just going to send both of those off, and hopefully that will then allow me to just focus on Ermor and focus on my own sort of expansion. This choke point is a bit of a problem. So anyway, we'll just see how we go. Right, let's end our turn here. The game is a game that really it's difficult to save scum. So if you make a mistake, it can be really, really debilitating. But I think I'm going to be okay with what we've brought back into here. Just have to hope that everything sort of works. Let's just go and end our turn. So I can't go back. There's no auto save or anything like that. It just plays as it plays. Research and construction is now completed. If we go and have a bit of a look at that one through there. There was a battle in Montphy, which is fine, and there was another battle we got to witness. This is actually okay as well. Construction has reached level 4. Next will be alteration 2. Now, I may want to go to construction 5. It used to be that 4 gave you the next level of items, but I've got a feeling it's actually 5 now. So Phylake the Black Druid has found a magic site in Druidland. We found a burial mound. So that's pretty cool. And then there was a battle in Montphy. So this is actually where we're moving in. We should be able to win this battle. This is the besieging forces. So we'll go and view this battle. That's good. It's given us a bit of respite back up in Liss, although Ermor will be getting stronger. So this is us coming in to attack the besieging forces. Now the numbers look fairly strong, but a lot of these are fairly weak in reality. And we're just going in with undead mannequins against their undead. So we've got these sort of like big undead minotaurs, carrion furies. Like once they get involved, they're going to do things. And then we've got these guys here, the black dryads. Now I don't think I coded them to. Oh yeah, they are casting regrowth. So they're putting regrowth on some of these units as well. That one's sacred, but we didn't actually we didn't bless them. What you need to do is make sure that they come in sort of as big groups. So we've been able to kill off those knights. Yeah, we just got killed with that one. These with their fists, it's blunt damage, so they do a fair bit of damage, to be honest. And then we've got the, it's just a long dead. That one is actually, yeah, that one's not in charge of anything. So it's this guy here. Nope, that's a plant. That's the wrong one. Mound King. That's the guy in charge of this attack. And there's a few other. There's Soulless there with some. So Mound King's back in through here as well. So there's a few different leaders that we have to finally get to. Now we're starting to get enough forces in here. Now the priest levels are going to smash away at the undead. But we now have enough together to be able to hopefully destroy these Soulless. The Soulless will actually do more damage than a lot of the others to us. But we should have the numbers here. You can see we're getting a bit of regeneration there a little bit. Just going to go to normal mode. Normal speed. The final rest is the spell to get rid of the undead. They're breaking their way through here, which is not good. Now guys are just casting their spells. And there's the Mound Kings now marching off. Yeah, they've been routed. So that's the end of them. They dissolve away. Alright, so we won that battle, and so we now actually have another force of mannequins which has come back through. So I'll just go and quit that one. So the battle in Montphy. We did lose 55, so a third of our forces, over a third of our forces were killed off. The this is all just all carrion and mannequins and things, which it doesn't matter that much, but yeah, they've certainly been destroyed. Now all of their Mound Kings have made it off. If we just go and exit off that one, and there was a battle of Warshin. Now Warshin is most likely going to be a location with a throne on it. So let's go and view the battle. We'll have a bit of a look and see. This is Vanheim attacking a, yeah, this will be a throne location, I would guess. Yeah, they've got yeah, Dreamwood Enchanters, things like this. I don't think that they're going to be able to hold back against this one. There's another Dreamwood Enchanter there. And so this is one of the, this will be, these are all Lion Tribe guys, I think. Yeah, Lion Tribe archers and stuff. Going up against Ermorian forces. These will be better armoured. So these are Einheers. So these are sort of like Viking type Vikings. So they're sort of like Viking elves. We've got a Storm Drake. And so we're just watching to see. I want to see what happens with this location. Yeah, there's units that flew in behind them, like Valkyries. But they're still going strong. Still got both of their mages. But the like Vanheim is very, very strong. So these are like Vikings. There they go. There have been they're now running away. Yep, they're routed. So the whatever this location is held on. So there will be a throne here. They've actually run away. Now that's going to weaken them a lot for the next round, the next attack. Whoever attacks this one next time will actually have a much easier. Actually, no, they come back. They're province defence, I think. Oh, no, they're not actually. They are permanent. So they've actually now run away, which makes this much weaker. So just go and quit out of that one through there. So battle in Warshin. So they went in with 26. They lost 12. So not very small army, but quite strong, as you could sort of see with what actually happened through there. The that is showing that Nort Van Herses were killed. In addition, one unit lost their mount. So the Van Herse, the horse, was killed, which means that this one will then make its way back eventually to its home to then sort of grab another horse. So that's sort of what's going to happen there. There was the Lion Tribe warriors down through here, 52 of them. They won't be there next turn. They did lose 18, but they lost the rest of them through running away. So this will be a much easier fight at wherever Warshin is. So if we have a look and see, if we go to the province, yeah, there's a throne there. And you can see there it's surrounded by Vanheim. So Vanheim is expanding fairly strongly in that location. We've just got a spy in that location, just watching to see what goes on. So I have been wanting to see the attack. And you see there now, it's when it says the defenders, the army consists of mainly Lion Tribe archers and light cavalries, because all the warriors have now gone because they ran away. So it's going to be easy next time that they go for it. So we are down here somewhere. There we are. Yeah, so we've got that one still. Now the Dominion is we've now lost the Dominion here, but we've still got growth. It's even. There's no growth or death there. Death is still prevalent there. It's still prevalent there. This one is now down to just one Dominion, so we're starting to push this one back, which is good, and we now actually have a stronger force. Now this is interesting. The big army that was there is gone. In fact, they're besieging Ermor. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Because, so that big army did go to Ermor to actually destroy it. And so that's a really good start here. So the besieging army is 90 units large. The army consists of mainly, LA legionnaires, principes, slingers, and spearmen. A huge celestial griffin was seen towering over the army. The army appears to be commanded by Payangar, the celestial griffin who radiates power. So this is God versus God if we put ours into it as well. And so we didn't hear back from the when we tried to sort of become friendly with anyone in the short term. So we didn't actually hear back from anyone. But this will, if they can besiege Ermor. Now Ermor's got a fortification there with 600 wall integrity. So yeah, 50 administration bonus. It's a good location. Let's just see what they go and build with theirs. Their fortifications are 30 and 500. So they're pretty strong. Like Pythium has got very, very good fortifications, unlike ours. Anyway, Montfi has been destroyed, and so we now actually have Montfi back under our control again. If we just go into the province defence, we now need to go and raise that up again a little bit. So just get them up to about 6. And and so then we've just got the other locations. Now, we do control Ruinia, but the Dominion has been pushed back out of there. We'll eventually get hold of this one. This one we're going to have to just stay where we are. Now, Norfang's, it's only got about 20 enemy units. And we could sort of, could come back into there as well. It looks like Ermor's now dead to a large degree. Let's just go back in with Sev and preach the teachings of God. And we'll push back the Dominion here if we can. So the more Dominion we can push back, the easier it's going to be on the Dominion back in through this other side as well. That's all going well. Now, back in Montfi. I had all of these different units coming across to sort of help out with the regeneration. So we've got Catonius. He can make it up one at a time. He can actually get across there with his army to take on that location. And he can actually go into there as well. Not that I really need to do that, but let's just go, maybe go this way. So we'll just start to sort of take these locations. If you just go back into T in through here, and he doesn't have a massive, well, he does have a fairly strong army. These were the blessable units, I think. Yeah, they can be blessed. I want to sort of keep them probably out of the fight. So maybe hold an attack. I've still got them in the middle of the group. I'll just move them off to the side a little bit, and I'll grab all of these as well. Throw them in that particular army, just so we end up with a strong mannequin force, which we can then sort of take into the various fights. Now we should be able to bring a couple of these other guys with them as well. So Chetonius is moving up through there. These guys here should be able to move with them as well. No, they can't. I thought they could. They can't get to anywhere. Let's move them up to there. They can sneak. And we'll preach the teachings of God back in here just to push back the Dominion. And Polydukes, I'll just go with Patrol Province there, even though we don't really have mannequins there. Oops, exit. So they're all waiting. This one, we're pretty safe here now. So I'll just go with wait. Yeah, so we'll just wait where we are with all of these. I don't need all these different leaders, but look, it's sort of going to be fairly helpful. If you have a look at the, again, we don't have to do much in here, but hold an attack rear for these guys, which I'm sort of happy enough with. I've got where they are is they're back a little bit. These are bodyguard units, which again are good. Those 3 units, I'll just move them off into that group. That was with Began. So Began's the one building the palisades. It's still going to be about 4 months away, I think. Themis, back through that side. We could actually build, well, once we can get a few of the, well, we do actually have, like Epiphania is actually preaching at the moment. She could build a temple here, which would actually, I think we'll wait. I think we'll just wait a little bit and eventually we'll sort of end up with all of these things being able to push back the enemy dominion. Looks like they're going to struggle anyway. There's not a hell of a lot, like 90 units there. If we have a look at the fortification, we don't get to see what's going on with the siege. So we don't really see the what's actually happening. I'm thinking they're going to be kicked back out by Ermor. So I would assume that would be the case. So we'll have a little bit of respite ourselves, but Ermor is now really under siege from both of us. This is why doing working together to do this would actually be the best thing for me, rather than having them then focus on us. So we've got those everywhere. Just go back through. Now we do make these different commanders every so often. I'm just going to keep having them just patrol the provinces. Now we're preaching there. I'll just get these to then just go and wait. Yeah, so everyone's preaching at this location. We'll just try to push back the enemy dominion. Yeah, it's really debilitating. If Ermor gets at any sort of hold in the game, they can completely smash whole large areas of the actual game itself. So anyway, let's end our turn there. I think I'll just see if there's anyone else that still has to move. Yeah, there's more of these. I'll just move them back to Asphodel. That one there is has now done the site searching. We did find a burial mound there, which is just going to give us a little bit of extras. We'll move her back into here. If we search there, yeah, we have. So we can see the site searching that's actually happened in through that side. So I'll move her back. Don't think she can make it all the way back to Asphodel in one turn. Yes, she can. All right, so I'll get her back all the way back to Asphodel. Now, we've got 685, and we do actually have, Resmelin needs to have a new character. We've got a couple of them actually that now have come in, which is, so we've got Resmelin and Began. You're already in there, Began, so you've already got a character. So I'm going to reject and refund your points back, but Resmelin isn't in there, I don't think. If I press F1, we can then sort of have a bit of a look to see what's actually there. So we've got the, these are, we can just have a look through the actual list of units and through here, just to make sure. See, there's Began there. No Resmelin. Resmelin was killed, I think. I think Resmelin came in and was killed straight away. But I want to be building something fairly powerful. So let's go into recruitment. We can actually bring in a few different things. So we've got another Parnic Apostate. Got the Dryad Hag. I'm sort of tempted to get another one of these. We need a strong magic user back at home, like initially, just so we can start to build things. In fact, what we do is we have also a look at research, which is there. Yeah, we need to get construction level 5 to get the greater magic items. I think at 3, I probably could have stopped there. The lesser magic items are probably going to be good enough. So we don't really have anyone that's great at crafting. If we have a look and see, in fact, if we go back to the research and go back to construction and oops, I'll just ditch that one. If we go back and have right click on this one, we can then start to sort of see what we can then go and build. So we have to think about how we want to deck out our god, as well as decking out the super combatants, because we've got some really strong units that can then come back into the actual fights, like the Minotaurs and things like this. So we can actually set them up for to make them even more powerful. So I'll have and we've got like a lot of different things that we can then go and do. These are all the single-handed weapons that we can then sort of go and make use of. The two-handed weapons back in through here. Now this is a whole lot. Now there's actually the 5th one probably is the one that we do need to look at, to be honest. We do actually have some horned helmets and things like this as well, which actually do just give you better protection, better, and ivy crowns would be good. That awakens vine men. There's a few different things in through here. Different armor, different boots. Yeah, I have to think about which way I go with that one. Yeah, so Resmond's saying the last Dominion streamer got killed. I think you were brought in and got killed straight away, weren't you? From memory. We don't need really living creatures, but the enormous cauldron of broth is something that is useful. I always like to try to get one of those. Then we've got the saddles and banding, which we don't need with our faction. So that's the lesser magic items. The magic trinkets at level 1. There's nothing much in here. I think it's 5, you know. I think it's the greater magic items is going to give me things like the skull staff, which will then sort of boost our death magic up. We're going to have things like the horror helmets and stuff, winged helmets. This is the one that we want to get. Even the thistle mace, which will then increase our nature magic. So I think that this is actually where we want to be, is to go into the into level 5. So I might even I might go to 5 there and just ditch the others for now, then get alteration back up and evocation as well. Let's get them up to 3s. But we'll go straight for, in fact, I'll go to alteration level 2 to start with, because it's only got to have a small amount. I've got 700 research points required for construction. Then we get to 3 there, get to 3 there. Now, the other thing we have is with our spells, if we go and look at one of these guys, if we just go and sort of cast a ritual spell, the Carrion Lord here really needs a Panic Apostate to go and grab one of these. So I'll bring another Panic Apostate in, and then we'll start to bring in Carrion Lords as well. So we'll and we do need the Panic Apostate. So if we go back into this location, so we're saying what paths give a national special summons? Well, we've pretty much already got that. Like if we have a look at the at these guys in through here, if we go into cast ritual spell, it is enchantment. So we've got Revive King, we've got things like that. The Carrion Fortress is where we can build a fortress magically, but we need it to be. Yeah, that's something where, what do we need for that one through there? It can only be cast in forests or shallow sea, so we can't cast that one, for example, in lists, otherwise that would be what we would have done. But we could cast it here. If we had a Panic Apostate, for example, just to sort of put one of those out that way. Because we've got heaps and heaps of gems, nature gems, we're just swimming in them. Yeah, so we can put them in the sea as well. So we can sort of, if we can get into the sea, we can go and do that one. But let's go and first of all, let's go and set this one up. So let's just go back into the recruitment. And if we go and get a Panic Apostate, they have the skills to then bring in a Carrion Lord. And so we'll actually go and grab one of those. This one's going to take 4 turns to go and build one of these. Sorry, 2 turns. It's 4 points, 4 commander points. So I'm just going to keep on getting more of these as well while we're here. That's it. That's what we can afford. All right, so we'll leave that one there. I do need to get another leader that can come back in and take the other locations. If we have a bit of a look to see who's around. Yeah, we've got leadership of 50 there. I might bring one of these across. Well, that one's already moving across, so I'll get Minos to take the special forces up into our main army. Back up the top there. Maybe even split it up. Looking for more of these. It's patrolling, that one's moving. Polydukes could go back to Asphodel as well. I'll have one group go back up the top. Actually, that one there. Yeah, I'll just bring them all back. Just these are sort of commanders that we can sort of use to shuffle things around. I won't sort of get anyone named with those. But Resmelin, I'll give you that new Panic Apostate when it comes in. All right, so we have all of those things done. I think that's really all that we need to do. Everything is moved, so we'll just now end our turn again. There's a lot of battles being resolved. A lot of battles, actually, a hell of a lot. Oh, there's a battle in Liss. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So you can see there automatically it says an unexpected event, so we did defend it. Spoiler alert. Okay, our Herald sent us Pythium has returned. So the proposed peace and non-aggression pact with Asphodel has been accepted. So we now have a non-aggression pact with Pythium, which means that we shouldn't attack them. We can actually attack them unannounced, but it's going to be it's going to sort of then hurt our reputation with anybody else. So we don't want to do that one. So we now actually have that one. 2 months ago, we sent a herald to negotiate with the false pretender of Marignon. Now the head of our herald has returned to us. It's clearly a sign of disrespect. So Marignon has not taken that up, and so essentially they've now they've actually sent back the head of our envoy. And so there will be no non-aggression pacts between. We're still at peace with them, but they haven't gone with that one. So now at least we have a direction to look and to move against. So we're going to have to bring a force back down to the south now, once we deal with Ermor. I may even bring down. I think it's Sev is our prophet. I may start to bring that force down and then deal with Marignon. Research and alteration is complete. One of the crippled units died in the march from Montfi into Norfangs. We then have another battle at Warshin. Now we saw there how much weaker it was before. Let's have a quick look and see what Vanheim can do this time. Again, they've only got a smallish force going in, but this time there's no warriors. It's all just archers. So they probably are going to win, I would think. Now, did they bring any? I don't think they brought any Valkyries. That's the Van Hurst there. That's their leader. Oh yeah, they're firing from there with their light lances and things. A bit risky. So they're now casting sort of insects to try and combat the forces, because they don't actually have any actual melee forces. Okay, they've got different insects and things now attacking the Van Hurst. Oh, they've run. And they killed that. So the insects killed that one off. So they've actually destroyed all of these. Yeah, so Vanheim is now routed. So these guys are fine. So they held on yet again. So Warshin, they did the Van Hurst ran away, and then essentially they lost like everything else essentially with the actual fight. They did lose 7 of their archers, so they're still doing okay. They're still holding on. Then we went into Norfangs. This one should be relatively easy for us. Yeah, it's just got some Mound Kings and things at the back there, but nothing much. A couple of Mound Kings. Is there a Mound King there? Yep. These don't have the force to be able to really protect themselves when they do hit our main force. So we'll surround them. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on. I won't spend much time with this, but when you come in, it's not just a 1 versus 1 type situation. Like in this case, you can see there that there's little red dots underneath this one. This one of these has been injured. This one here is down to just 1 hit point. So it got hit. In fact, if I press F1, is it F or V? V. So you can see down through here this is actually what the damage that it took. So that particular mannequin got hit by a skeletal horse, hit the mannequin in the body with its hoof for 11 points of damage. The target gets a permanent chest wound, and so it then goes through what was rolled, what the dice rolls were. So repel value of 11 with sleep vines versus a defense value of 16, so we couldn't repel it because the horse got through. The attack roll of 21 versus a defense roll of 12, so the attack went through, that's a 2 hit. Then the damage roll was 15 plus 4 versus protection roll of 0 plus 8, which was 11 points of damage. So we took 11 points of damage for that particular one. Then then we tried to hit the long dead horseman in the leg and we got 0. Like essentially our what happened through there? So mannequin hit the long dead horseman in the leg, but there's no damage. So even though we got the hit, it didn't actually work. Hit the long dead horseman in the body with sleep vines for 0 points of damage. Again, sleep vines aren't effective against the undead, so these aren't really going to do anything. Then we did actually hit the skeletal horse in the leg with a claw for 5 points of damage. And so the other ones above it, the sleep vines we have, don't work against the undead. So in this case, we then actually hit it with the claws, and so the attack roll of 18 versus defense roll of 11, damage roll. You can see that the defense rolls in here are really, really weak for this knight, for the undead knight, and I'll show you why in just a second. But the damage roll there of 10 plus 20 versus protection roll of 8 plus 9 of the skeletal horse is 13 points of damage. Damage increased to 16 due to slash damage, so they're using the claws to do slash damage, and the damage exceeded the maximum possible area for the hit, reduced to 5 points of damage. So the 13, because we actually hit it in the leg only had 5 points of maximum that it could actually then go and take. So if we have a look and see, if I just go and press exit from there and then click on the actual, this is the long dead horseman who has got 5 hit points in through here. He's taken a lot of damage as well. But the horse, this is his horse, and so he's now been crippled because that leg has been cut off. So the skeletal remains of a horse reanimated by foul magics and the will of dark god. If I press V here, we then get to see so much actually happened. So he hit the mannequin in the body, we saw that one, and then we actually have all these different claw attacks coming back in of damage that was then done. And so so there's 0 points, 0 points, 1 point of damage in the body, 5 points of damage in the leg. And that was because of that was the one we just saw there before. So all these guys are smashing into him. Most of it is not very effective with the claws. Like he's been able to defend himself, but not with that one that we did actually go and see. We just happened to luck out getting the right one. If I go back to the horseman and press V for him, he's got his own set of long dead horseman missed the mannequin. So he actually did try to use. He'll have a lance, and so the lance actually missed, which was sort of lucky for us. And then he's being hit by all sorts of different things where. His ability to defend, you can see his defense rolls are really, really high. So he can defend, but that should start to diminish. See how his defense rolls start off at 23, 28, 19, 19, 18, 17, 28, 20, 15, 13, 11, 20. So we're getting a few occasionally good defense rolls, but they're getting less and less and less over time. We're down to 5s, 6s, 7s, etc. And so there is sort of like his defense is being diminished with different things over time. And so the reason for that is that he actually has where is it? So harassment. Every time someone has a shot at him, his defense skill goes down by 1. And so at the moment he's got a harass penalty of negative 17, which means he's got essentially a defense now of 0. When he started the fight, his defense skill was 9. So, and not actually 12. So he actually had 12 defense, and it's now with negative 17 is back down to 0. So essentially he can't dodge anymore. All of his dodging has been sort of used up. It's really quite cool the way it sort of does work. So that's sort of why when you do have units that become surrounded, they eventually become overwhelmed because of all of the force of attacks going back through. This guy here, for example, if we have a look at his defense skill is 13. So he's got 9 plus 3, armor plus shield defense modifiers, negative 2, shield parry. So he's got actually a current defense and parry skill of 13. So he hasn't hit the fight yet. Let's just go and just play it through. Yeah, so they've been wiped out. This one will come in. He's now just moving forward. These guys will now sort of start to swarm him as well. So we now surround him. He'll then still try to fight. his horse has been shot out from under him. His defence skill is already, his harassment penalty is already negative 22, just from the attacks that went through. So there's a lot that goes on under the hood here. These guys are now coming through. I wish I could have, wish I could actually sort of get those. Actually, it doesn't matter with the sacred. These don't perform anyway. Just go and press normal speed here. So we've got big blunt damage coming in this way. So we should be able to make our way through to those leaders now. Yeah, we haven't cast anything up the top there. They haven't run yet. There we go. Now they're routed. So there's no spell casting. That was just purely mundane damage. So we'll quit out of that one. And so we end up with Norfangs, not really a big problem. Just lost one boar and a mannequin and one of the Sagittarian carcasses as well. But we did kill off their units, so that's good for us. Then there was a battle in Liss. So somehow Ermor has been able to attack us here. I don't think it'll be a big battle because they were under siege. So let's go and view the battle here. So I'm thinking they came out of the water. Yeah, this is a smallish force that has come back through, and this is a Mound King that's come back in as well. And so these are coming up against our superior forces here. So this is actually everyone that's everyone that we've got in here at this stage. So they're not going to last. This was like a essentially they're just throwing units at us. They've got nothing else. They've got to somehow come back in and take something to get back into there and relieve their castle. They should have gone back to the castle, but I think these may have come from the water. Here we go. So we destroyed them. So they were completely killed. No one really did anything. Even the Black Centaurs, even though they were sort of late to the fight, they still did the majority of the attacks. Then we have an unexpected event has occurred in Liss. So misfortune went up, unfortunately. So this is actually one of the other aspects. That can be a bit of a problem. Unexpected events occurred in Boar Woods as well. We found some fire gems. All right, that's okay. Not that we don't have any fire mages for our group. Now we're still in the process of building up our guy here. What I might do is we'll leave a few of the units in through this other side, but we'll start to now move off the various forces that we end up having. I don't like that Marignon rejected our peace offer at all. I would like to build up. I don't have enough money to do it, but I would like to build some sort of location here to protect us. But I think I'm going to have to bring Sev back with his army. How far can they get? They can all get to there. It's only Anthedon can actually get to that location. They can get there. They can get to there, but then they can't get across the river. So they can actually make it to there. Can they make it to the Sleepy Mountains? Yeah, they can make it. All of them can make it to there. Well, let's go and do that, and then we'll get. And then we'll be able to. We should then be able to move through Plothenai into the Boar Woods in the turn after. Which means that we can then go and grab one of the guys in through here. We'll get Polydukes in through here, and if we just go back and press T, we can then go and grab. I think they're mainly using Minotaurs. I think. Let's have a quick look and see what. If we just go into here and then press the Y key, we can see who's coming in. Yeah, they've got Minotaurs in through there. They do actually have these as well. We're going to need mannequins in that case. I might take a force of, if we go back to Polydukes and through this other side again as well, and just go and press T in here. We have a lot of Black Centaurs. Just throw them in. We're really just transporting these around at this stage. Now they don't combine. Oh, they do combine. Oh, but that then affects their morale. Yeah, no, I won't. Oh, yeah, look, I will bring them in. Nothing's going to matter that much. But let's just bring them all in. Now, we've got a fair few of these black centaurs. I'll be wanting to get most of them back up to the other group. These aren't designed to be able to take in too many. What have we got through there? We've got about 10. Okay, so I'll leave that one. We've got the 10 units there with those. I'll let them also then join up with Sev's units. Find it has also redeemed a customer award. Any admiral or admirable fighter. We'll be getting in a couple more. So Resmalin's the next one in, and then I'll get yours after that. So we'll be bringing in a Carrion Lord, which I'll probably get you. I'll give you the Carrion Lord. High Supreme Plague, how are you going? So yep. So Incognito saying those big dudes just one shot their ground troops. I can't remember which ones they were, but no, we're doing okay at this stage now. So we're sort of pushing out. We just need to keep on trying to build up in different locations. So what we actually want to be doing in through here is getting temples and laboratories at specific locations. We've got temple laboratory there with a fortification, and so we'll do the same thing over here in Druidland. Now, when I bring in, if I can wait until we get the Panic Apostate, I can then come across and cast a spell to immediately form a temple there. So we'll probably just do it that way. Now, going back into here again, so we've got Polydukes moving off. We'll go to Minos now. So Minos can take all of these. Actually, what I'll do is I'll move all of these in as well. Actually, I don't need the living ones, just the undead. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we can't have non-mindless in the same squad. This severely affects our morale. We've now got more troops than we can actually deal with, but I'll still bring them in anyway, because we're just transporting at this stage. That then allows us then with Minos to then go and start to move up. We can get to Montfi in one turn. So they're moving very quickly across into that location, so he can actually move across there, even though I think he's going to have to go from there to there to there, but this is all like plains. So and eventually we hope that with the growth 4 or growth 5, we should end up being able to get some more of these changing ultimately into forest. So we're trying to convert locations into forest. Now, we haven't claimed the Throne of Pestilence because that's going to cause death in our like we're going to end up with death scales, and that's not what we want. We want growth scales. So I haven't claimed that throne. We will if we have to then go for the victory. So we've got with the Thrones of Ascension. If we have a quick look to see what they actually are, I need 7 ascension points. Now we've got we've claimed the Throne of the Second Age, and we do have the Throne of Pestilence as well. That's 2 points that we've actually got. But and we don't know which one. Like Vanheim's already got the Throne of Thorns, and they're going for the other one as well. We don't know what that actually is. The lower throne is claimed by Marignon at this stage, so we'll just sort of leave them where they are. If I actually, one thing I should show is if I go back into send messages. If I go to Pythium, if I go to declare war, I have to sort of tell them. There's like an advance notice. In fact, if we go back to the Pretenders, yeah, we've got a non-aggression pact with them of 3 turns. So this is how many turns notice before a war can start. So we can declare war, then we have to wait 3 turns before we are allowed to attack. And so the game is, I've got it so that the game is enforcing that one. Now we actually do have, Chaga we are at war with Chaga. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't realise that. I thought that we were still in a state of nothingness with them, but that's not the case. So we do need to get across here and start to sort of defend our locations. They're both patrolling. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got in through here. And I'll just get Antron to go back. Got Mitris there. We'll just go back and have a look and see what he's got. He's got a heap of them. Just move them across. So we'll start to sort of bring some of the other forces in. So we sort of, we just make, every turn we just make more and more of these carrion. And they should be able to move across in there as well. So we don't have any really big leadership until we get Sev across there. And then we can sort of have a look at trying to take these units out. Now this isn't going to be great for having like big armies, because of they won't be able to support like a big group. There'll be too much death in those swamps, so it's going to be difficult for them. All right, let's see what else we've got. Now, these guys here, just move them up into lists. They've still got the siege going. So besieging army is about 50 units large. There's another force coming this way as well. I think Ermor's done. I think they're cooked essentially. There's what have we got left over through here? 10 enemy units. I don't want to deviate off at this stage, although this one here, if we have a look and see what its force has got, it can. All of these are amphibians. I'll move it in and then we'll move it down and sort of go that way. Again, if I go into province defence in through here, I can get a couple. I can get a couple of province defences. I'll just go and do that. This preaching isn't really doing a hell of a lot at this stage. We've got 700 points there. How long have we got before we build the throne? So Began, 3 more months remaining. So it's a fair bit of time. I'm tempted to build a temple. No, I think I might wait. Just do more research in here. One can just patrol the province. They're moving off, that's okay. So if we go back into recruitment, let's get 5 of those. We're down to 443 now. Back in through here, if we just go back to recruitment this way. There's nothing really sacred that we can sort of go and grab from this location. I can get another panic apostate. You know, I think I will. Go and grab another one of those. It's going to take a lot of times. This one's only got, like, that is going to take 4 turns to go and bring in. That'll do us. Okay, so we'll just yeah, everyone's actually had a move, so we'll now end our turn again. So, Dr. Quacksilver saying hostile candles reduce the chance of preaching doing anything. Oh, okay. And a H1 priest has only 30% chance of influencing the image to begin with. That's interesting, actually. So really what I probably should be doing is back here. I've got a couple of preachers here. I might bring one of them back in that case and preach from this location and preach back out again. That's interesting. I didn't realise about the hostile candles. I'll have to look that up, actually. That's I'd like to know the maths of that. Let's go and end our turn here. There we go. A printed Dominion 6 manual, which I do have right here. Right next to me, actually. It's a monstrous book. It's that's it there. That's the actual manual. It's incredible. An incredible manual this is. I don't know if it's going to... I'll look for Dominion... It's funny because I never really look at it. Dominion effects, Dominion for water, Dominion scales, Dominion spread 83. Go way back to the start of the book. Where is it? Yeah, like I won't read it, but it's incredible. It's the best manual ever made. Yeah, preaching has its own section and everything. Okay, I'll have to have a look. So, battle in Warshan yet again. They're trying to get back in. So we'll have a look and see if they succeed this time. Oh, here we go. They've got it this time. Now they've brought in. Oops, they've brought in some. I always press WASD keys. They do actually have these Valkyries, which are flying units. They will fly off and then attack the rear, which should be very, very effective. Just wait for them to go. Yes, this is, there they go. They're all now flying away, and then they'll fly into the rear. There they go, and they're smashing. They're going to destroy this whole leadership. They've still got the two of them that are in there, but there's now too many Valkyries. So they'll get to these guys fairly effectively. There we go. They've smashed through those, and that's the last one. Kill him, and you win the game. Done it. So, so the Valkyries have now done that one. I don't know if there's any other leaders. I don't think there is. Yep, so they've been routed. So essentially they've now got whatever they've thrown used for that one. They'll actually be able to then go and claim it. So they did come in with an effective force. There's a battle in Druidland where they now did attack us. So we did actually move across. This will be interesting to see whether we've got enough defence in here to be able to then cater for them. And it's also important for us to see what they've got. So we've got like a massive grouping in through here of mannequins. Now, what have they got? Let's have a look and analyse, because we're going to be fighting these now. This will be our next big war. So this is the Knight of the Knight of the Chalice, and so the Knight itself is a blessable unit. It is sacred but not blessed. So so it hasn't been blessed. We don't know what their bless strategy actually is. It does have a lance and a broadsword, 14 hit points, high protection, high defence. So very, very good. It's Destria. Again, a lot of hit points, a lot of protection. Not great defence, so we're going to have to swarm these when we actually come up against them. But they're going to be extremely strong, so we're going to need to have to swarm before we sort of get into where they actually are. They've brought in a heap of woodsmen, which is just short bowmen, which aren't going to be all that strong. These are undisciplined, so these are essentially barbarians. They've got themselves an Inquisitor coming back in through this other side as well. This one's diseased. Be interesting to see if there's others that are diseased. They've been in that swamp for a long period of time. Not seeing any other disease in anything. Then they've got the men-at-arms back in through here, where they've got 11 hit points, so slightly more than a human. Humans are 10, most humans. Strength of 10 is average. Attack skill 13 is high. Defense skill 16 is high. Protection is high as well. So they use the broadsword, which does slash damage. Then they've got the chainmail hauberks, the half helmets, and the kite shield. So they've got very, very good protection. So these again are going to be fairly damaging. There's no one else. Yeah, this one's got a limp. That's why it's at the back of the fight. And then we've just got our forces, which are going to be smashed apart. These are, until the main one gets there, and then hopefully these will be able to move in and do more damage. So we're just trying to sort of hold them off at this stage. The woodsman won't be able to do much damage against us. They should be smashed. Yep. So as soon as we get there, this will be surrounded, and the same deal that happened before. Actually, you can see there, now we see the sleep vines working. See that little blue dots underneath there? That's the sleep vines. If we go and have a look at him, and then have a look at the press V, we can then start to see, where they don't work against the undead, they do work against these guys. So this is where he used his. They've got one attack with their lance, which can do a lot of damage. And so the Knight of the Chalice hits the mannequin in the body with this lance for 18 points of damage, and the target is then killed. So the lance does a hell of a lot of damage when it first actually hits, but then after that he has to use his sword. So then the mannequin hit the Knight of the Chalice on the shield and body with sleep vines, 0 points of damage. But there will eventually be things where there's sleep vines are going to be causing. They don't cause damage; they cause sleep damage. And eventually he'll fall asleep. His fatigue, he already has. His fatigue is 128. So when fatigue exceeds 100, they fall to the ground. And now we're going to be able to, they fall asleep. This one here is fatigue is still awake. So you can see the little dots underneath there. So the warhorse that hasn't happened sort of so much just yet. The Naemon is casting the Holy Pyre. They're trying to burn our mannequins at the back there. So we can expect to see more of this sort of stuff with Holy Pyre. So this is the Inquisitor, Priest level 2, and fire damage. So that's what we're going to be up against. Anyway, our guys will come smashing into here. That one should essentially be pulled off his horse and destroyed fairly quickly. Ashes to Ashes is another spell. They're going to be better person for person, but if we can overwhelm them, we can see that we're making them go to sleep. This guy's still alive, but he's now starting to take damage. So these are much, much better quality than our troops. So we may lose this. We've taken the knight down, which is good. Right, now we march on to these. These have taken hardly any damage at all. The sleep vines haven't really had their massive effect. But the fatigue is getting up there. Yeah, that one's high. That one's still alive. It's taken some damage. And our forces have routed. Yeah, so they, like, even though it's a smallish force they came in with, yeah, it's against, like, mannequins that really aren't that strong. But it was interesting. Sorry, I keep on missing comments here, guys. Skinnick saying hi Daz and gang, and Eddie Ball Game saying Daz, some friends of mine and myself have been playing some real-time 60-turn games using Middle Age combined with Sombre's Warhammer mod. Yeah, any thoughts on combining the Age with the mod? I would only play. I would get rid of all of the Middle Age units and just play purely with Warhammer personally. It does a really good job of actually changing the whole Middle Age just to Warhammer. We put out of that one. And Yacito Lots saying, do a quick question. I just got Dominions 5 gifted from a friend and wanted to watch some beginner's guide videos, but yours are hidden on your YouTube channel. Yeah, I got hacked a while back now. I mean to go back and I keep on getting asked to open them up, but it's just going to take me time. Every single video I've got to go back in and republish, and it's just time consuming, so I just haven't got to it. I do mean to at some point, I just haven't done it. So my apologies about that. It's the principles of playing the game are still the same as for 6 as for 5 to a large degree. It's just that 6 does things a bit better. So 6 is probably a little bit easier, if anything. But it's still 6 will still you still get a feel for what to do from 6. It's just that there's more stuff in 6, a lot more stuff. So it's not a completely different game. Right, so they've now taken this location. So they've now taken the burial mound from us. So we have now a little bit less income with our death gems. Now back in through here, still don't. Yes, we have. Here's Resmelin now, so we can actually honour this one here. We'll just go back into R and Resmelin. There we are. So Resmelin, the Panic Apostate. Now, this one has got a 3/3, so 3 death, 3 nature. And the first thing I want to be doing here is I'm going to ultimately have the army that we build in here will then come through with Sev's army. Now I can take Sev's army straight away across into this next location. Let's get Sev and Polydukes, and we'll move them. Everyone is going to move into there. The Panic Apostate, I wanted him to, at this stage, to go and actually either, we don't need to forge magic items just yet, casting ritual spells. What I want him to do is I want him to cast the Carrion Lord in through here. And what this will then go and do is it'll summon a Carrion Lord commander. So the Panic Apostate gives unholy life and powers the carcass of a rotting pan. The Carrion Lord is a powerful wielder of nature magic, but is also given unholy powers over the dead. Carrion Lord can create mannequins by animating vines. So we've got a couple of them already, I think, Carrion Lords. But so we'll get another one of these in for this army in the south. So we'll go and grab that one. That's going to take 35 of my gems to cast that. So that will be what Resmelin casts, and then that will be one Schweinhund will be the Carrion Lord there. We will still keep on moving in. Now in the Boar Woods, we'll just have a look at our defences there. We've got 6, which is okay. What have we got through there? We've got barbarians. I might just raise that a little bit to say 8, just so we get a few more. And I'm just going to go back to Asphodel here. And now we've got Philia is the one priestess that's coming through, which is actually okay. I won't bring any more of these in. Okay, so let's just go back across now to T, and see that we've still got 4 of these that can now be, 5 of those that can be then brought across into the army. So I'm going to have them, maybe I'll bring 1 more of these over. Don't know if they can they actually, yeah, they can bring undead as well. I might as well bring those in as well. So I'll bring Harmer across. So Sev was saying maybe use the magic fort spell on that border province. Yeah, I'd have to move across with, and none of the ones, I don't really want to be using, actually that spell, if I can't have a look at that one, I think I have to be in the location. I'm assuming. I'm not really that concerned about them fighting in the forest, to be honest. Like, if you know, to be fair. So I think that Sev's going to be able to. Sorry, I think Sev's going to be able to hold on here against this force. In fact, we could almost. No, we could go that way. So we'll just move into Boar Woods. Boar Woods is still a choke point for us, but we can now at least push all the way back with this army. So we'll move that one across. We then actually have Harmer is going to be moving out as well. The others are all okay. Yep, that's okay. We'll just press the Y key and now just do a little bit of housework to sort of get things working. Now, Polydukes, we don't need Polydukes to, like Polydukes is in with Sev at this stage. So Sev has got up to 2 that he can actually have. The others, I can sort of go and disperse these out and around a little bit. Now, Harmer, I can't go and put these in with Harmer because she's coming in from a different direction. But what I can do is go and give them, say, to Anthedon. Or... Yeah, no, I can't give... These guys here can't actually... Their leadership... Actually, they do have leadership, so why didn't that work? Oh, I'm coming in from a different angle, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's okay. That way I can actually have Sev looking after the sacred troops. So we're coming in with different locations. Now these are also, Polydukes has come in with some other sacreds. That one's not sacred. What happened there? Where did it go? Don't know where that one actually disappeared to. So I'll bring them into there. These, were they going to combine? No, Commander cannot lead. Okay, so Sev can't lead undead, which is a bit of a shame. And well, I'll leave them where they are. In fact, what I might do is I'll have them set to... If we go and Harmer ultimately will be good, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these into with Philia and set them to be guard commander. So they'll just be a guard. I don't really want them off doing anything else at this stage. The so Polydukes is coming in. Polydukes has still got all of these. We don't actually have any other big mannequin forces in the group at this stage. So let's now go and set everything else up with where we are. Now we do actually have hold and attack rear is with these guys now. So we've got like a fair force of those. We also have a fair force of these other commanders. So sorry, these other units. I'm going to move them across in through here on the other side, and also set them to hold and attack rear. Hold and attack rearmost enemies. That way we should be able to get to the leadership, and we just have to rely then on the other forces fire at the closest and keep distance. I'll keep them. I'll keep them there, I think, just a little bit ahead of the leaders, and then we'll get the mannequins out a little bit further, back out here somewhere. So hi Boland. Boland seemed redeemed a one as well. Can I get can I get Harmer named after me? Yes, you can. So Harmer here is our battle sister. Now we're going to be doing the same sort of deal in through here with. I'm going to change actually what we're doing with Philia and then move their same orders across. So if I just go back across, I'm going to delete Mender Dead for now. I'm just going to go and cast Regrowth. So Regrowth and Mender Dead, like Mender Dead, mends bones, vines and roots. I mean, that's useful as well. Regrowth though, makes animating vines of the mannequin regrow at incredible speed, so it sort of gives them regeneration. Actually, I will go Mender Dead. I'll go Mender Dead at the end there. So that's the spell list that we have. So skeletal body, personal bark, skin, and then just cast spells basically after we do the regrowths. So we'll do that one just to sort of try to keep everything a bit more survivable. And so if I go and copy this, now if I just go and press the question mark, if I go and there is a way for me to save and load. A copy order is control, and then from 0 to 9, and then paste order is just 0 to 9. So if I go back into this one here and hover over it, and then go control 1, for example, and then go into here and then just press number 1, it remembers that. So for these guys, that's what I want them to do, so that both of those will then go and do that particular one. If we were going up against the undead, I could then use them. I could give them other spells to then go and kill off undead troops, but this isn't the case anymore. So this is actually fine. Yeah, we've got all those. What else have we got? Yeah, so this one should be fine coming in. That one's okay where that is. That one is. Now the battle orders here with these 5, I'm going to set them also to guard commander for now. And so that way they'll just stay back. And then these mannequins can just be set up to go in with the rest of them. So these are all coming in from a different angle. All right, so they'll just go in with that group. Everything else is fine where that is. I'm pretty happy with that. Like a hold and attack rear for both of these. Fire closest and keep distance. Sev is going to Divine Blessing everyone, Puppet Mastery, Regrowth, which is fine again as well. You might even have a look at those as well. Puppet Mastery, I have probably quickens the vines reanimating mannequins. Puppet Mastery affects most mannequins on the entire battlefield, but magically powerful Mendigoras are sometimes not affected. Okay, well that's going to... What it'll happen is they'll make their... Like if something's not going to be effective, they won't cast the spell. So that's actually a good one for us. Like we only need to cast it once. So I'll just go back with more Mender Dead, I guess. So we'll just do Mender Dead there. So I don't think we need Regrowth if we've got Puppet Mastery. But I'll still keep it going. It will just bypass them if it's going to be ineffective. All right, that's all good. I think we're ready to. If this one is going to be attacking, then we should be fine. So we'll then actually have our group. I do want to get Druidland back. In fact, I want to get this one back in through here, to be honest. But we can build that very, very quick location at there. So ultimately, once we've got the Carrion Lord, we'll then sort of see if we can actually then bring these out to the Panic Apostate to then go and do other things. I want to start to save up some money now as well, just to get the temples and labs in different locations. So now we actually have Dominion here. There's 220 units here now. The besieging army, they've been bringing more and more forces in, which is good. We do control all of this. Let's now go off. We sent Chitonius is the one that's defending. I'm going to send Chitonius in there because they can go and attack this. So we'll go and attack this location as well and take the sea. And we can then cast, if we do bring one of the undead. Now, if we have a look, Began is it's a Carrion Centaur, not a Carrion Lord. Doesn't have any magical abilities. So that's okay, but we've now at least got Dominion in here. We still don't have any growth, so death is still actually prevalent, but we're slowly getting what we need in here. So everyone is just doing what they're doing. This one here will just go and preach the teachings. Preach the teachings. That's preaching as well. Thought there was another. Yeah, there's another one there. Preach the teachings of God. Just go and press N. These guys here are defending. Let's go and press T. Move that one back. Actually, I might... oh no, we've still got another one there. That's okay. So we're now at Montfi. Just move up slowly. These are to bring up more of the sacreds into the main army. And that one there, we'll just go and patrol. And we've got a couple of them in there as well. Let's move that one back into Stonegrave Mountains for now. And here we'll just go and do the preach the teachings of God from there and try to push it forward. So we'll still keep on trying to sort of push this one out. I'll keep the others where they are, but we'll just try to get this Dominion moving out into the other locations. So we're slowly pushing back Ermor's Dominion here. Ermor, I don't know when that will fall, but that's going to be interesting to sort of see. It would be, you know, what would be really cool would be to have a spy that could go in there. Recruit. Let's get a Black Harpy. Oh, hang on. No, we can't do that immediately. Recruit Black Harpy there. We can get that one next turn. Back into Asphodel. Recruitment back in through here. Oh, sorry, I was going to change the name, wasn't I? Sorry, Boland did want that other one. I didn't do it in the end. Now, I haven't forgotten you, von Schweinhund. We'll wait until we get this next Carrion Lord. So we've got the, this is Boland. All right, so Boland P, the Black Dryad. Sever say not moving the chaff away from the Great Woods. Seems like quite a pile there. Great Woods, where are they? Yeah, there is a lot there. That's a point. Yeah, I will actually. I will. I'll keep some there. Yeah, we'll move them down as well. Yep, that's good. A good idea. Good idea. All right, so next. That one's defending. I'll just have that one patrol the province. And everyone's now moved off. We still have a bit of the treasury. Let's go back into recruitment, and we do want to keep on getting more of the Black Centaurs. All right, I'll just keep on getting those over time. Yep, that's all looking good. And so we'll actually end up trying to smash our way through here. Marignon will be in here somewhere. There it is there. So we'll sort of we'll fight our way through this other location. We should be able to start to get into the sea as well at some point. Like we're going to be able to here, but then these are Tritons, and so these can't actually come back out from this location. And these as well are not really going to be any good. So we need to get amphibious units like these guys. So there's 50 of them there. If we can ultimately get a massive force, I'll be able to then go in and do something there, but I'll need undead to do that. All right, let's end our turn here. Oh, Echidna was now that was the Black Throne. So Searle the Hearse has claimed the Black Throne in the name of the of Manslay. So the Black Throne. We'll have a look at that in just a minute. Resmond has cast Carrion Lord. That's good. One of Katona's crippled units died in the march from Liss back into the sea. Then there's a battle in Liss again where they actually came in with something. It won't be much because I don't have much. So this is really not going to be able to do anything. So I think we'll just quit that battle. We did lose 3. That's okay. And then there was a battle at the Sea Stag Lake, so we'll view this battle. This one shouldn't be too difficult for us. Maybe it will be, actually. There's more here, more province defence here than what I thought there would be. Yeah, we may lose these. Although these, I think, use pierce damage. Yeah, so only half the damage is going to be done with these units. They're trying to get to our leader. This one here is the most problematic. No, we did well. We did well there. Here we go. We've got them now, and they're routed. So we've taken this location. Actually, that was very cool. These were very ineffective because of the armor and like the coral spears. Weak poison doesn't affect us either. So that's all working very, very well. These guys took some damage, but nothing much. They've gone berserk. Okay, good stuff. So we end up with Stag Lake. That was actually pretty good in the end. We only lost 6 mannequins. I thought we were going to lose the Carrion Furies there for a second, but they did a lot of damage. They got 10 kills there themselves. So that worked out very, very nicely. Then we've got unexpected event has occurred in Scraw Point, back over through here. Heat went up, population went down, which is not good. From the wildfires, then we have an unexpected event in Plathai as well. So gold, wow, 900, that's actually very, very useful. So that's extremely good. Echidna was discovered and attacked in Warshan. Now this is going to be, again, where that location is. So this is now what they've got here. So we're not going to get away from this, of course. I should have run away after we saw the battle there. I forgot about that. So that was Echidna. And then we have patrolling troops in Monhera have killed 3 filthy brigands, which is fine. So we'll just go the Black Throne. Let's have a look and see what that actually is. If we go back to the Thrones of Ascension. So the Black Throne is only 1 point. So they've got 2 points now. We control 2 points, but only have 1 selected. So they've now got 2 of these. The Black Throne spreads deadly diseases. So that's actually not a good one to have. So that's going to ultimately cause issues for them. The Black Throne is way up here somewhere. It's not there. Where is it? Might be even on the other side. Yeah, there it is there. So that's the there's Vanheim there. That's the Black Throne that they then control. So that's fine. We'll just leave that one where that is. Right. So our units. Now Ermor is still under siege. There's 280 units, so they keep on dribbling more and more forces in to attack these. We didn't have anything we have to worry about over this way just yet. Druidland is going to be fairly easy for us, I think, now to take on. Back in through here, we now actually have Carrion Lord, which is down in through here. This is Athlon. We're going to be renaming this one. This is very, very powerful. This is a level 3 priest. 3 nature, 2 death, 1 earth. That's the first earth that we've got. We may have to keep this one back a little bit just to sort of do some crafting. So in fact, we won't have any earth gems. But anyway, we're just going to rename this one. This is von Schweinhund. CHWEINE. Hund. There we go. Von Schweinhund, the Carrion Lord. That's our first Carrion Lord. And so these have got stealth abilities as well. Leadership is very, very high there for undead, but not for normal leadership. So they're not really great leaders. So this is, again, I wouldn't mind another one of these. Got 3 there. There's 2, 3 there. If we just go back and have another quick look and see, if we have a look at the cast ritual spell, can cast the Carrion Fortress, and can cast Carrion Lords as well. I'm pretty sure that one has to be cast. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. Just look at the forging of magic items. This is actually what it can forge. So, and I don't know whether we need these at this stage. What I want to do is I want to get our main commander set up. We also do want to be doing site searching, and so having this one site search, he's an ideal site searcher. I think what we'll do is we'll go back to Resmelin, and we'll go and we won't get him to join the army just yet. What we'll do is we'll go and cast another one of those, another Carrion Lord, bring a second one of those in. Von Schweinhund I will send off, I think, into the attack. I think. If we have a look and see what we can do with this one. Yeah, let's move across. Actually, we can move straight to there. Now, if I go and if I take units with me, I don't know if that will then go and work. Let's just go and see if we can actually bring some of the centaurs with us. It's got negative morale, but look, I'll bring them across, and yes, that will still work. You can still get to that location in one turn. That then allows these guys to also then go and do the same thing. So we'll go and grab. If I press A, I just get everyone. Actually, I don't know if I want to do that. Let's have a look at and just do T here. Mitris is our main carrion guy. So let's just get all the carrion down into there. Yeah, I'll keep those bodyguards there. They're all good. So Chiron and Polydukes I'll move back away somewhere else, and I'll bring the others in. Yep, that's okay. Oh, this one now can actually now move into this group. That'll work. And so as we look at this particular force now, so Chiron, I'll move back to Asphodel, and Polydukes, I'll move Polydukes. She might just have Polydukes patrol the province. So we'll just keep that one back. That will then allow the others to move off and attack. So they're all going to be moving. If we have a look now and press the Y key and see what's coming in, I'm just going to set these to guard the commander initially, just because we don't really want them in the fight. Von Schweinhund, let's go and think about what sort of spells we want to have happen in here. So essentially, this is like another prophet that we've now brought in. So I ultimately don't really need two of them in the same group. It would be better to have one of them with the other commander. So if we go and cast a specific spell, there's a lot we can cast here, like a hell of a lot. Divine Blessing we don't need to do, but I would like that up in the other group. But I think I want to keep it in with this group to start with, just even so we can cast that spell and then go and create a choke, a meaningful choke point back in here as well. I'll go with I'll just cast a few of these sort of basic ones: skeletal body, personal bark skin. I'll just get it to cast spells. It can choose its own spells. All right, that should be good. So if I'm trying to see what I always thought of myself, an extraordinarily gifted leader. So well, you do it with the undead, but not with anyone else. So can only have one group though. So ultimately, probably take over the chaff that we actually have, and so that was actually now sort of working in fairly well. So we'll end up getting Druidland back, and then we'll start to push back once we sort of get this one dealt with. And yeah, so we've got a few different things. It'll be interesting to, did we get the? We've now got Niobe. I'm going to fly Niobe just to spy on this. I want to see what happens here. So we'll just get a spy in that location. Now back into here, we do actually have a population of 200. I can get some defense in here. I'll just get 6. Yeah, so that'll do. So we've got a heap of gold here. Now, if we have a quick look and see, how long is Beacon going to take? 1 month remaining. Okay, so let's go and build a few of the other things that we require. So I can get the, in fact, I've got enough here to go and get both the temple and the lab. So I'm going to do that. So we'll go and get the lab with Carpathus. And we'll go and get Persephone to construct a temple. All right, there we go. So that will then just help. We'll get those things established, and that's all good. So next turn we're then going to have like a meaningful grouping through this other side. Death is still high, even though the Dominion is coming back up. Now we have Minos is going to have to move up. I don't think we're going to be seeing any other attacks coming in, to be honest, in this location. So I think we're sort of good there. Province defense, yeah, can't do any more than that one. Province defense there, we've already got 6. Population is so low through here where Ermor has been in control. Now Cheetos, I can still move down. I would like to get these sort of locations, but it's probably a little bit beyond me. How are we going in here with the chaff? If we have a look at the... it's not bad, actually. What I might do is I might build up a force to take the Misty Forest. I would like to get that one, and then build another castle in there. So Antron is defending. We'll just go back into here and grab more of these. Bring them across as well. Okay, so we can at least move those together. And we do have a patrolling unit in here as well, I thought. No, we didn't. I'll need to get more of the basic leaders back into these locations. Oh, you know, I've left that with heaps and heaps of stuff in there as well. So I'll move that one across. Hi William, how are you going? Dr. Costello was saying actually skill your body's not going to work with that one. Actually, so I'll change that. Oops, hang on. Let's go back into here. It's true. Doesn't affect illusion. It says it still works. Yeah, actually, no, there's still going to be... We've already got it. Personal bark skin, then just cast any odd spells. Yeah, that's fine. So if we have a look at von Schweinhund, he's already got pierce resistance. So yeah, what we'd be doing is just adding more of the same, what he's already got. So we don't need to do that one. All right, so we'll leave all those where they are. Sneak into there. So a bit more of a look around. That's all okay. All right, we'll end our turn here. Messenger has arrived from Pythium. Oh! Now, we've got 3 turns. So then they're going to be attacking us as well. So I'm glad that we had the non-aggression pact with them. So this is pretty cool. Okay, so this is the Throne of the First Age has been claimed. Resmelin has now cast Carrion Law. Now we want to get that up into our main fighting force again. There's a battle in Druidland, so we'll have a quick look at this one. So we have our main force in through here, and then it should be really against nothing much. So just got the province defense plus a force back in through here. of the different units. So they've got the fire shield. Trying to kill off the undead. They're going to be destroyed by their units, by their armoured units. And then comes flying in with our... I did divine... Yeah, these are all blessed. So these have got regeneration. And then this is the fight. So we smash those. Should smash this one as well. We're using the javelins now, and we need to go in and actually start to do the attacks. There we go, we killed him. That should be them. Marignon is routed. Here comes the big minotaurs. That was all done and dusted. So we lost 12 units, just chaff in through there, which you don't really need to worry about. And construction of the palisades and lists is now complete. So if we have a look and see the pretenders of the world, so we're going to nap 3, so the non-aggression pact is counting down and will soon end. So we'll now start to see this one come back down for the war. Now we can see there that Berenike we don't have any relation with them because we haven't been attacking them. They're still under siege. Back in through this other side. So this is what happens in the game. If you don't actually attack for a period of time, it must be about 6 months, I guess, the actual status of war then goes. So I could actually now go and make friends with Ermor if I really wanted to, which I don't want to. But that's something we could do if we had to. This is now starting to take effect. We're now starting to sort of whittle away at their dominion slowly. It's slowly sort of coming down. I've got very strong dominion in through here now. Death is now draining away from in here. So we should be able to get growth in this side fairly soon. Ian Chapman saying, I've just started another attempt to get into Dwarf Fortress and I'm following the tutorial playlist you made. Only a few videos in so far, but it's really useful. I'm following along with my own fortress, sort of step by step at a time. Yeah, it's a great game, Dwarf Fortress. So we'll be playing that again on the weekend or on Friday. So Dominions looks to be going well, says William as well. Yeah, we're doing okay. It's going to be interesting to see. Like we've got a fair few turns before we can go and attack these guys with the non-aggression pact. So we do need to get ready for that. And we've now gone in Druidland, we now actually have all the different groups. You can see that there's another group coming back in through this other side. What I want to do is I want to establish another location here. So I've got 11,000. I'm going to go into von Schweinhund. We're going to go and... oh, I can't do the cast magic sites. Have I got this one wrong? Do I need to do that from another location and then place it? I thought I'd be able to do that, cast that spell. Or do I need to build a lab first? I'll try it with Resmelin. This one here is interesting. We've now got water as well. So I definitely want to bring, this one here hasn't been named, by the way. If anyone does want Elion, Elion is available. How far can you go? You can go to there, to Ruinia. So we'll move up into the main location here. We don't really have anywhere we can go and attack immediately. Oh, there's Marignon back over here. Well, there we are. So they've actually just taken that location. So they've got Halberdiers and Knights of the Chalice. We'll just go back into the defense here and just raise this a little bit. And I might just stay where I am just for a little while. Just go back in and grab all of these. Might have that one just go and guard the commander. I might bring Antron back. Actually, maybe even just to there. Now, back in here. Got all these carrion as well now. Move them across. We want to keep on rolling forward into this location. Now there's an underground spot there, goes into the endless caverns. So that sort of takes us down into here. Which we won't worry too much about. What else do we have? We've got the packwoods back up through there. With Resmelin, I'm just going to go and do the cast ritual spell. Now with the Carrion Fortress, is there a... I wonder what the range is in through here. Can only be cast in forests and shallow seas. So I thought I'd be able to cast it there, but maybe I have to actually go and cast it here and then move it. Because I shouldn't be able to cast it anyway, should I really? I'll just exit for a second. We've already got our fortification here anyway. Like it's for, you know, such as it is, it's not very good, but it's still something. So what's the stealth 40? So that's pretty average. It's okay. Well, I'll try it and see what actually happens. So we'll cast Ritual Spell on the Carrion Fortress and just see if that's something we can actually do from over here. We'll just keep on rolling forward, I think, and moving across to block Marignon off. So with the group that we actually end up having through here, they're all here at this stage. Let's just go and have a look and see if there's anyone else we want to bring back. I'm happy for them to be bodyguards. We no longer really need those with von Schweinhund, so we'll bring those across into that group. I don't think we need to have other things happening there. I think that that's all fit pretty good. Let's just go and grab those, throw them in with that group. Like for the fast moving ones, I could, for example, go and create like another group of those as well. So they're all just going to do what they do. They're all fine. I think this is all pretty good actually with what we actually have. Their Dominion is really coming up high now. So we'll take this one. Let's go and press A and grab the whole lot and move them off. On the march, we'll see how we go. And I'll leave these Jaguar type warriors and things in Packwoods there for for a little while until we sort of get past this location. Now, Alistor. Grab these. Do have a couple of others actually there, which is they must have run from a previous attack, like when we were sort of in the early stages of the game. Let's move that way. Yeah, I'll just have that one patrol as well for now, until we sort of build up a big army. All right, recruitment back in this other side. Let's go and get more of the researchers, the Black Dryads. And more of those. That's about it, I think, with that. Come back up to here now. So with this one here, Province Defence. No, we still can't do it. Even with the fortification, we don't get a chance to bring in defensive units. Now we can now sort of see a bit more of what's going on. Fortification, we're seeing its damage, but we don't know how much damage there actually is. It's only got one Dominion left. They're actually going to be Dom killed. That's interesting. Still got some Dominion out here. But anyway, we'll see what actually what goes on with that one. So that's going to be fairly interesting to see what happens with Ermor there. There's different mercenaries that can be available, but I don't want. Next, we actually have Minos has now come back in here. Just go back in and have a quick look and see. Minos has got these guys, so we want those down with Carpathus. So he's brought in the replacements. That's great. So we've now got 30 of those, which is awesome. So Minos can now move off. Themis can also move off. Still preaching there, which I'm happy enough with. Well, actually, we're sort of now ready to go, but I don't have a target yet. So I need to wait for that that nap to sort of run its course. So we've still got a non-aggression pact with them. Things are looking pretty good here. What we can do is go back in and recruit from here as well. So I can get myself another Panic Apostate if I wanted to. I do have the gold for it. It's going to take 4 turns for that one though. And then I do actually have like Jaguar Tribe units, Centaur Warriors. We might have a quick look and see what other Centaurs we've got here. None really. Just those black Centaurs, which we can't make from this location. Yeah, there's nothing much else there. I'll bring those across into there as well. So we end up with a big force of them. All right, so we're pretty strong with that group there. Let's just go back in and have another quick look. So we do actually have Carpathus in through this other side, who can cast a ritual spell here again as well. And we've still got a heap of these. I'm going to grab another Carrion Lord. Carrion Lady, what does she do? Not sure how strong these are. Yeah, but her priestly powers are corrupted. So I think we'll still go with another Carrion Lord. So Boland's saying, Daz, what was that one through there? If it's red, it means it's breached. Oh, okay, it's fortification text. Remember to change from wait to research now that you have a lab. Yes, actually that's true as well. The undead priests can reanimate. Yeah, so, okay. Well, in that case, look, I'll grab another Lord. I don't know. I think this is going to be better for us. We've certainly got a lot of gems, so we might as well sort of use them up on these sorts of units. So Supreme Plague can reanimate, so we'll do that one. We've got preaching done through there, which we no longer really need. So I might as well do research, as you say, with these guys. We could do site searching as well if we wanted to. I might just site search once. Oops, not the auto, just that one there. Began is just going to reanimate mannequins as well. The others can just sort of stay where they are. Minos I'll move back away again, just getting away from that location. Next. So we're still just watching what's going to happen here. So that means it's breached in that case, which is good. We'll just have a quick look across. That's all done. So everyone is now moved. I don't think there's anything else. Whoops, I keep on using WASD keys. Still got a bit of money, but we are going to need it again for in here, ultimately. Yeah, so we're getting one of these. I might even move that off just to start to sort of build up the other bits and pieces at Druidland. So we sort of start to get more and more stuff. Well, let's have a look and see what happens with this. We have Niobe, the Black Harpy, is doing nothing. So this is the one that's if I just go and cancel, that's going to be, if I press N, it's the one that's here. So I'm just going to go to hide and wait and just watch and just sort of see what actually does happen there. Hopefully we won't be discovered. What I might do is actually go and grab another one from here, just so we can start to sort of see a little bit more detail about the other units that are around us. Okay, that's all done. So just reading a few more of the comments there. So Alexander saying, I've enjoyed all of your YouTube content. Do you have a playlist of your live as Asphodel, parts 1 to 3? No, I don't actually have a playlist of it. I've got to keep on going back and doing this. I just don't have time. I like playing the games, but I don't actually tend to, like I don't have a lot of time to sort of go and do the micro stuff, which I should do. The same with my Distant Worlds playthrough from some time ago as well. I mean to go back and do it. But I just don't get to it. So my apologies about that. You should be able to search for, well, I don't know if the first one will say Asphodel, but they've only been probably the last month and a half. So if you do a search for DasTactic and then Dominions, it should come up as the most recent of those, I would guess. But yeah, I should actually put them into a playlist. With these live streams, I tend not to do it. So we've got the Carrion Fortress. I don't know if we can make use of that. I'm not exactly sure how this one actually does work. So we've got Carrion Lord, Carrion Fortress. The spell failed for someone. Yeah, so we do have to be. I'm going to have to build a lab first. Okay, so that's that. At least we now know. Bessa, the search for list, but none were found. Okay, so that's okay. Battling in the Ginth Mercs. So we'll view this battle against Marignon. So we certainly have a powerful force here. And they're not going to be able to last. What have they got in here? This is interesting. Witch Hunter. Alright, so I've got a Witch Hunter in there as well. This is a powerful group that we actually now have here. We've got two big armies. Go as deep as we would have wanted. Minotaurs may. This guy's still alive. No, Minotaurs are coming in against him. There we go, smashed him. And we're now trying to get this guy. Come on guys, chase him down. Don't let him escape. It's a witch hunter. He's going to get away, I think. Yep, got him. Got him in the end. Okay, that's good. So in that location, we did lose 15, but again, just all chaff. Actually, one of our black centaurs died. That's a shame. So that's not good. Then we have a battle in the Fortress of Ermor. Let's have a look and see this final battle. This will be the death of Ermor, I'm assuming. So again, big wasteland, big group in through here. There's the goddess, lots and lots of gems, fear. Yeah, so this will be interesting to see what actually happens here. Lots of, they may not have it all their own way. This could be quite an interesting fight. And then we have the god here. This is the god from the other side with air gems. I don't think it brought enough to fight. Oh, here we go. The griffins have come behind, including the god. So it's god versus god here. Oh, and they're doing damage to the goddess. She's down to 26 points. Yeah, I've got her. She's regenerating, but not enough. Got dragons and all sorts of things in here. There we go. That should be the end of it. So it wasn't us that did it, but interesting to sort of see the damage that's then done. While they're still commanders, Ermor will still be able to fight. And so they could still win. But with their god gone, it's going to be very, very hard. Yeah, here they come. They're now destroying the leadership. We've still got 142 hit points. It's got a positive Dominion bonus in this location. Well, that's the end of Ermor. Now, there's forces that are now retreating. Ermor is actually pushing them back. They may still win, Ermor. They did. Pythium routed. So Ermor holds on. But they no longer have a god. This is going to be interesting, actually, because I also don't think that they're going to have... I've got no... Like, well, they probably will have an ability to do something, but... yeah, that is dramatic. Well, if I have to have a look and see what actually happens there. So the forces of Pythium... Yeah, they lost 170 of their units. This is good for us in the battle coming up. They did lose their god. Their goddess was killed. So who's still alive here? This province defense guy. That's it. The acolyte of Eldergate is the only one that actually lived. This is the priest that lived. Anyway, so he's the only one that's actually alive left, and that's so he kept the battle going and forced all the others away. I don't know what that means for Ermor, because that means it's only got province defense. I don't think there's anything they can do. I think that they're screwed. A sneaking enemy was discovered by a patrolling unit, and shortly, okay, that was she attacked our forces. There's an assassin, so we killed the assassin at Green Harbour, and so that's that was done. It's now winter, back in through here. Ermor is still under siege. Now, when does that nap end? So we can't actually take it, but in reality, Ermor is dead. Ermor is gone. Now that means that I want this location, or I want this location, one of the two. Now we don't have, there's no water there, so I think we can just move straight across to Fallenberg ultimately. That was interesting, very, very interesting, to sort of see what was going on through there. Now we want to bring Elion into there, so we'll just come back into that location. So we've got a lot happening through there. Now I'm looking at the time. I've actually run out of time, guys, so I'm going to have to get going. But that was pretty cool, actually, to sort of see that one through there. We've got no audio. Yeah, it was me. Yeah, it was you. It wasn't me. So we've got that one in through that side. So they've got a castle here. They've got a fortification here, 45 administration, 1,000 wall integrity. It's going to take a long time to bring it down. But we have now sort of moved on past that location. We now actually have that one, Polydukes. Well, so Resmelin, that was a waste of what we did there. We need to move across into Druidland and start to build labs and things. I don't have anyone back there that can actually go and do that. So I'll just leave that one where that is. But I will actually leave it here. I'll sort of leave it so that so I know that I have to then go and sort of set things up. But that was a pretty good session again. Like, it was interesting to watch Pythium and Ermor fight it out. It was good that we've actually been able to sort of hold on to Liss as well. So we've sort of now got the this location pretty much securely under our control at this point in time. If we have a look at, didn't get that many actually that we regenerated in through that side. Anyway, that's okay. There's not that many. There's population of 10, so there's hardly any population as well. There's even no corpses left, so there's just nothing around. These are the locations we really don't need to worry too much about. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back again tomorrow to play Distant Worlds. So we'll continue on with the Distant Worlds is also really heating up quite nicely now. We're playing as the Gizarians. We sort of had one war. I played on the Slytherin channel for just 2 hours, and we ended up with the start and end of a war. So we've sort of just come out of a war in that game as well. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next